Welcome guys, this is Steve. We're coming to you here at Fish Farm Aquaculture. We like to cultivate many different species of guppies, crayfish, all for the greater good that we can end up cultivating plants. Later on in our videos, I'll be showing you some of our aquaponics systems that we have here and some of the things that we do. As you can tell, it doesn't take much. These are just some thrown together shelves that I made. This is a fish room. To get a little bit how we got here is I actually had a tropical fish store where I used to sell exotic fish and different things, help improve the community. One day I came to work and the building I was renting was being knocked down by bulldozers. It was obviously not good for my fish, not good for my life, and not good for the plants. So we tried to take care of everything and that really didn't work. So we're here and we have the surviving members of our store that we were able to get out before that was able to occur. And it's been a while now, but we can see many of our propagating species, and I'm more than happy to share with you. That's a blue self-cloning crab. You never run out of those things, they go crazy. So we're going to have those available again here shortly, as well as other of them. That's another one in there, beautiful coloration. And this is just a mix of assorted, things with red tails. Nothing major, So we're just trying to get mixed varied red tails. We like to make new genes in here. And this is mainly just a grow out tank for some of our regular self-cloning crayfish, non-blue, but they're in there. Kind of got that black and yellow tail going on with more of the endler pattern. So I got some endlers and some different hybrids in there, trying to see what we can drum up in there. I still got to add some cover, obviously clear out some of the substrate, but I was trying to get in. These, well, you can see some of those little crayfish all up in there. This one just riddled with snails, and that's what we want to see when we're on a rebuild. We're trying to get back up there. And this is a tank of red tuxedos. We're rebringing this species back here. The air pump is not currently working because we are working on a idea that since I have high oxygenating plants at the top, what would we be doing? And I'm going to string them from the bottom to get full oxygenation, and so when the next drop of babies comes, they've got really good coverage so we can have a nice bloom. And fortunately we have, I don't know if you see her in there, but we have a black phantom mama that is nice and pregnant and going to give us some nice love. And that's cool because they're all hiding there for a second. I'm like, I know there's a bunch in there. But anyway, down here, I love this tank. It's just a 50-gallon breeder that used to be an overflow, so all my tanks would come down here, the top 6 above it, and come down here. I threw some endlers in here a long time ago, and well, I'll be darned if they're still doing alive and well. Got some big ones down there. Who knows what's going down there? But I throw one of those crayfish down so I can get some babies out. And don't get a lot of light exposure down here, but any little bit of plant help. We got some Anubias growing in there. It's a nice development. This is the tank where we just have them red tails going on. And then down here we have a turtle. Where's the turtle? There's the turtle. Hey, what's up, turtle? So we like to keep him nice and fed. We're gonna feed everything in a minute. And down here, I don't know. There's a platinum guppy and a pear that I don't know. Somebody gave me. Well, guys, this is an assorted guppy tank. As I said, I'll show you all these quick things before we go back to the other view and do some feeding. You can probably see some babies back in there. These are some of the survivors. These guys are intense. One of them in there, he's probably up there at the top. These guys have been with me for a long time. They just hang out. Yep. These are the red-eye tetras, if I'm not mistaken. But hey, what do I know? Could be 100% wrong, to be honest with you. I just ended up with them one day. But every day we're going to be bringing you videos, not only of these tanks, but also I also have another wall of tanks, some big breeders, and some things that I want to be going on. Building a fish farm in the background that's a little bit bigger than what I have in here. So I'll show you our large holders and some of our aquaponics units that we have operating. But for now, we're going to take it, since it's our first day, I want to show you where the most rewarding part of it is for me. And that's feeding my fish, actually appreciating them. So we just used some regular, this is some API tropical, nothing major. Want to just give a little flaky for all these little guys. And I don't go crazy because I am trying to stimulate my snail population, because we are going to rebreed them and be selling those. I've got pink ram's horns, Malaysian trumpets, assassin snail, blue leopard ram's horns, regular ram horns, bladder pond snails, everybody's favorite. But anyway, the idea is to create a little bit of sustainability, and it might not just be this, but we feed them to other animals which get bigger, and we feed them to other ones. So there's a large communities, I know, for puffers and alike. So we're finding a way that we can multiply our crayfish in large numbers so that we can provide a sustainable food source as well as an enjoyable source of entertainment. So we're going to continue down the line. Some beautiful stuff. And I'll show you guys them feeding here once I finish my distribution. I just give a pinch, nothing major. Those red-eye tetras, I think they are, they'll eat this flake fork too, but I give them something different. And I always want to make sure that I feed all these babies, because these next 75 babies I have in this tank are going to be a large breeding colony that I have in there, where I have maybe 500, 600 adult pink ram's horns that are going crazy in this giant tank. I don't remember how big it is. I think it's like 180 gallons. I'm not sure. Next, just like come over here, and I like to feed some 1/16 sinking pellets. And it's 50% protein, 16% fat, and 1% fiber. I do sell this. I sell this all the time. And it's what I like to feed my fish. And a lot of people say, well, Steve, they're a little bit too big for it. That's awesome. If they pick on it, they get what they want. That's great. I want to see my snails really do good. And I put in the flake food because I want to stimulate a different source of food so that they're going to stimulate babies. And I put, it's a crush powder, which I also do sell, which is essentially this, but in high protein and small. So that really stimulates growth. This fish room has not been established for overtly too long, but it has been very, very rewarding. Many of these have started from maybe a single pair, or only one, or a small flipping of plant, and we've regained these species. And as I show you through our journey, every day I'll show you some things, maybe what I'm doing, and what we have in some of our other tanks, and I can't wait. I can't wait. There's many different shrimps and invertebrates that we're cultivating here, and we're finally getting the numbers we want so that we can finally, in the near future, start being able to offer them a lot more frequently than we have. Obviously, when I don't have a fish store, I'm not going to place an order for 5,000 fish when I'd rather focus on the quality of what I got right now. And then when I finish building my giant fish warehouse in the backyard, well, another 100 tanks to put in there. So I guess we'll cross that bridge when we get there, huh? But for now, we're going to be working on the systems. I got to put an overflow water drip. They're already drilled with bulkheads. They already have the mesh. Everything's ready to go. I already have all the connectors. It's just setting it up. And honestly, I wanted to keep each tank individually filtered, and with the air pumps and the sponge filters I got, we've been doing fantastic. And people, I know everybody's saying, what about the endlers down below? Well, down here I have some mer crabs going on, and those babies, honestly, I have so much K1 media in there that those babies just pick and feed and do whatever they want to do, and I've had outrageous numbers down there. We got the turtle down here, we got the little pair. Oh, nice. Nice. I didn't notice we got some new babies in there. That's good. That makes me happy. Makes me happy. Well, grab that. We got this mer crab. Alright. Beautiful. Now I'll show you what's going on over here. So as you can tell, that increased the activity that we got going on with these beautiful assorted guppies. I mean, they're really digging it. They're really pecking at the surface, and that's what I want to see. I want to see a lot of stimulation going on. And we got this old blue self-cloning crayfish just hanging out on our breeding mop that we made with our Nubius. Really defying it, really doing great. Come down here and we can see what's going on with the babies. These guppies are absolutely gorgeous. Some of their mom and dads are one of the cover photos that I have. Just outrageous variety of colors. So I decided to make it a smorgasbord assortment and just really break the grid on what I am used to of these. I also have other walls in this house where we have the original mom and dads and kind of what they look like, or should I say the second generations of what they look like. See these guys going all nice over there. And I fed the turtle this morning. I'll feed him again. I feed him more or less algae wafers and a variety of turtle pellet cichlid food that I make for him, which he really enjoys. Gotta be careful. Got these guys over here. Try to nip out my fingers. Try at the top. Crazy little tetras. Well, that's why I love them. They're like, hey, they're beating up my other fish. Perfect. Bring them here. We'll give them a sanctuary. As you can tell, we always find a home, and we like to make them. But for some reason, those guys stood out for me. Well, that's our little baby tank. This is Steve with Fish Farm. I hope you enjoyed it. We didn't really cover too much. That was just an introduction, my first video series. I have a series of them that we're going to be trying to bring to you on YouTube. These little guys and I, huh? Like I said, stay tuned for more aquaponics videos, some of the systems that we have in the other rooms outdoors, some of the greenhouses that we have around town, and I can't wait for the journey. Smash that like button, hit that subscribe. This is Steve, Fish Farm Aquaculture.